Good evening, everyone. Let's wait a few more minutes to allow everybody to log on. And I see most people have their mute button on. We could assure that that happens so we don't get any background noise.
Do I push that?
Okay, folks, going to get started. We're going to discuss the upcoming changes to the 2021-22 school year. Summer's going by pretty quickly here. We'll be back at this again on August the 30th. So I want to run through some of the positive changes, some of the potential changes, and then open it up at the end for some question and answers. So I'm going to get started with the first slide, breaking down the demographics of the Hanover Area School District. So we have our highest enrollment ever at this point. 2,244 students are enrolled in our district. It's 30 square miles. Every student is entitled to a free breakfast and lunch due to the eligibility, community eligibility provision. We do have 5 buildings. We're back, reacquired the Linwood Elementary Center. That's fully ours for the 21-22 school district, our school year. And I will explain later what our goals are down there. We do provide bus and van services. This is a privileged service. We do operate on an annual budget of $37 million a year. We have 139 teachers, 14 administrators, and offer special education and title remediation services. Okay, what to expect for this upcoming year? Let me minimize this. We are returning back to school on August the 30th. We are going to adhere to the CDC and Department of Health recommendations. If there were a mask mandate, we would be using these at the elementary level for unvaccinated students in school and while transporting. All vaccinated individuals will be exempt from any mask mandate. Our classrooms are set up back to return to pre-pandemic status. As of right now, we are no longer offering hybrid education unless our community health deteriorates. Same thing with our bus limitations. Our bus and vans will operate at full capacity unless we have a deteriorating community health status. We are breaking down our levels of return into 3 different levels this school year. So as of right now, we are set to return on level 1, which is a full return, full in-person return to classes. We will have desk shields. There will be some students that will be wearing masks, and we will be returning at the level 1 status. If the community health status began to deteriorate, we would then move to a level 2 status, which would be a hybrid model. And if it was ever become severe enough, we would move to a level 3, which is a fully remote status. I don't anticipate either level 1 or level 2 or level 3. That's why the district's intent is to come back at level 1. These are all options that we have exercised and allowed the Department of Education to explore the option of allowing us to do this if we were ever in a difficult situation that put our students or staff into risk. Our health and safety plan, our health department, including nurses and our special education supervisors and administrators, had developed a plan, safe return to school plan for our 2244 students. And this was submitted to the Department of Education and approved by our Board of Education locally. This is all accessible to you on our website. Everything is there spelled out as to what the classroom, what buses, what hallways will look like. And it's all available to you on our website. Keep in mind, our health and safety of our students is always paramount, and the community health status changes. We will be right back here on a Zoom session, stepping into a different course of action and making sure that all the families within our district are well aware where we're going to go if the community's health status had changed. Zero intent of that right now. Some positive stuff. The excellent news about the Hanover Area School District is that we have been approved by the federal government for a school-based behavioral health team. This is excellent news for us as we've been striving for this team for the last 2.5 years. This is a team of licensed behavioral therapists and therapeutic therapists that are going to now be part of the Hanover Area School District team. Students and families, if they're chosen or eligible for this program, would receive therapeutic services that are creating barriers between their education due to emotional or social needs. What this is going to look like is there'll be a team embedded into our schools that will be there to remediate behaviors or give students the coping mechanisms that they need in order to operate in the classroom. This allows our teachers to go back to teaching. It takes away that disruption in the classroom, and also in the same aspect allows students to understand what the appropriate measures are within the classroom. And we also figure out what the barriers are that are preventing them from being operational in the classroom like the rest of the students that are sitting to left, front, or back of them. And this is an excellent additive to our team at the district, and we're very, very excited about it. The next thing is the district has also obtained money for in a grant, in the form of a grant for a social worker. This is also going to be focused on trauma. It can be pandemic related trauma or emotional barriers, again, that are interrupting or impeding a student's education. We get to the root of the problem through these licensed social workers. This is something that the Hanover Area School District has never had before. I'm very proud to be a part of that and proud to offer it to you and your children. The next piece of this is that we're also finding out where the barriers are that are impeding education. And then we're gonna tailor make a school-wide positive behavior that are gonna help these students grow, gain confidence, gain the ability to be functional in the classroom. Also, the students that are in the classroom that are doing what they're supposed to be doing every day, exhibiting good behavior, exhibiting good character, following all district rules and expectations. We're gonna make sure that we are recognizing those behaviors. In the past, when I was in school, or some of the parents on this call, the student who got the most attention in the classroom is usually the student that needed redirection. We're trying to do the opposite of that. We're trying to figure out a way to reward these students who are in this classroom day in and day out and recognize their excellent behavior. So that's a primary focus of the district this year. Next thing is transportation. We are transporting precious cargo every single day, pre-K to 12th grade. Students are bused to and from school. Keep in mind, this is a privilege. If there's any type of compromised safety or other students are put in jeopardy, this privilege can be revoked. However, for the most part, I want to let families know that this is an option for you. There are buses on our bus stops on our website to know the closest to your home, to your location, that could get your student as close to home as possible, get them to and from school safe. Second bullet point is I want to recognize Chernetsky Transportation. Larry Chernetsky and his family had transported our students for the past 40 some years. I wish him the best of luck in retirement and thank him for his service. With that being said, his replacement is White Transportation. Just so families know who's transporting their children on a daily basis. They're located at 412 West Main Street in Anacoke, rated one of the top rated transportation companies within our community, the Luzerne County and Northeast part of the state. Have confidence, and that was the choice that this Board of Education myself has made to make sure that your students get to and from school safely. Next thing is the dress code has had zero changes to it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been getting a lot of emails and calls. There's been zero change. There's nothing, you know, the drop-down box under district links has the district dress code there. You can visit this. You know, I just want to recognize the fact that you could wear jeans, you know, I'm not going to get too far into the weeds. That's for the high school or individualized schools orientations, but major thing was rips and jeans, things that are vulgar or maybe deemed inappropriate on shirts, etc. But during those orientations, those things will be discussed. But I just want to ease parents' mind if this was a concern or a point of anxiousness for you. Nothing has changed. We haven't visited this. This Board of Education has not visited this. So anything that you had purchased in the past that may be a concern, you have to go out and get new things, absolutely not. We did not revisit this, and things remain the same. This year, we're going to have something new for the Hanover Area School District, and parents out there, I want you to be aware of this. There's going to be primary focus on individual building goals. So our principals and our administration have teamed up together to pinpoint the areas of need. And I think it serves our community great. I think it serves our students purposefully. And I want to make sure that you understand that every single school within this district will have precise goals that we're going to visit at 2 points. We're going to do a midpoint review at the end of January. Administrators will tell you the status of their own personal goals within their building. And then at the culmination of the 21-22 school year in June, we will let this community know how we did with our goals. So we have rules, expectations for students. We now have rules and expectations for ourselves. And we are targeting these, and we are making you aware that we are going to be as transparent as possible and making sure that we're doing the best for your children. One of the targeted focuses, ladies and gentlemen, is the high school. So we are in what they call ATSI status at the high school. This is additional targeted support and improvement. In the beginning of the 1920 school year, the Department of Education had deemed us this status. This is due to deficiencies in the following categories: the graduation rates of students with disabilities and economically disadvantaged students. So down below here, you see the requirement of the Hanover Area School District. We're required to submit a specialized plan of improvement. This targets these areas of deficiency. The Department of Education did also provide additional funds to help us reach these targets. So our ATSI plan, ladies and gentlemen, is on our website for viewing. This is a part of the goals that I had mentioned in the previous slide. We are going to be making sure that every effort, every one of those dollars that were allocated for this are spent on making sure that we are targeting these areas of improvement. These students that are mentioned here deserve better. This population deserves better. So in addition to the ATSI funding that we have received, we are one of 100 school districts in the Commonwealth that have received something called Level Up funding. We have received $334,000 as part of an initiative from Governor Wolf in trying to help the 100 poorest school districts in the Keystone State. This focus and this money is for consistently underserved populations. So for us in particular, the Hanover Area School District, our English language learners have been performing in the lowest percentile of all high stakes assessments, our English, our math, and our science. Every single one of those high stakes assessments given by the state and our local assessments, they have been performing, this population has been performing in the lowest percentile for more than 3 years. As a result, the Hanover Area School District is springing into action by hiring an additional English as second language teacher. That's going to take place tomorrow evening. And our focus this year is going to be on the integration of multiculturalism, dual language availability, and efforts to integrate cultural diverse activities and committees. So we want these folks sitting at the table with us and letting us know what would help improve their academic experience here at the district that much further. So those efforts are taking place within the home stretch of summer here to try to make sure that everybody has a seat at the table and we could best serve our English language learners. New programs. This year we hope to get this off the ground. Last year, we had taken a physical education and music teacher that was at the high school, and then we brought them down to the elementary level. So physical education, music, and Spanish are now going to be available at our elementary levels. It's going to be on what we call an itinerant service, where they move from school to school, and one day throughout the course of the week or the month, students will receive these related arts courses. So these students will be exposed to a music and Spanish and physical education at a younger age that we have been providing to this community in the past several years. So we're excited about that, getting that off the ground. The next thing we're doing is with this online platform that we abruptly had to learn within at the culmination of, well, at the beginning of the pandemic, we have found ways to capitalize on this. So what we did was, our second bullet point is online class offerings that are outside the scope of the Hanover Area School District. So for example, if a student is applying for a college at the high school that is requiring them to take a Latin, us at the Hanover Area School District do not provide Latin. We don't have a Latin teacher. It's not something that we offer in-house. So during a period throughout the course of the day, students will be able to take the online course that will allow them to be eligible for the school of their choice. But this can be across the board, college and career-ready courses, and custom-made prescriptive courses that make their life as easy as possible upon graduation. So this would all take place in that third bullet point, which is the WIN period. It's called What I Need period. This is a 40-minute period that we have carved into the bones of the school day. And this is a daily period, every single day they have it, that allows remediation, acceleration, or what I just read above was the prescriptive courses, a customized educational need that a student may want to take. We're going to allow that to them. This period also allows for student activities, such as we have a Connects period, we have different activities, esports, so on and so forth. All of these offerings are going to be during this 40-minute WIN period throughout the course of the day. So every single one of these classes and courses, they're all going to be data-driven goals and needs. And this is something that we're excited to offer to the students of our community. And then the final bullet point here is under new programming is certificated education. So for right now, Mr. Pianka at the high school, for example, he's becoming a certified OSHA instructor. So if a student's going out into a trade or an industry, a labor union, whatever it might be, they're going to, upon graduation, leave our high school with an OSHA safety certification based on Mr. Pianka's efforts. So these are the types of things. We're now working closely with the Pennsylvania Fish and Game Commission. We're trying to get hunter safety courses within this time. We want our students to be able to leave our high school or be at our high school and be exposed to many different course offerings and certificates throughout the course of the school day that they may have not had access to if we didn't offer it at the Hanover Area School District. So we're very proud of that. In addition to this, something that I had mentioned before and I had in a community night back in the spring, and this is pre-apprenticeship curriculum. Myself, Mr. Pianka, Dr. Pugh, Mr. Malloy, several other administrators had met with representatives of 13 building trade unions. We know that the building trades right now and going out directly into the workforce, into a career readiness setting, we were underserving our students. So we met with representatives from 13 different trade unions. Mr. Pianka has really done an excellent job on taking curriculum that was common across the board with 13 different trade unions and trying to expose all of our students within his shop to take these courses or to expose them to this curriculum so that they have special consideration within 13 trade union apprenticeship programs upon graduation if they show interest in that. So some of those, the carpenters, the masons, the bricklayers, the electricians union, so on and so forth, they are all going to have similar curriculums, and measurement was one of the things that we have been focused on. And so we have taken special interest in best preparing our students for graduation to be able to enter right into the workforce. And again, as I mentioned, an OSHA certification with their diploma walking out of the door at AJSD. Linwood Elementary Center. I said in the beginning of the program that we're going to discussion about the reacquisition. So we have put our pre-K counts program and our 6th grade grade level down there. We are going to be partnering with the Hazleton Area School District for what they call an early intervention program. This is an early intervention program. It serves our students by providing early remediation for both students and families to best prepare these youngsters for a smooth transition into the school setting. I want to be completely transparent with the taxpayers. They are paying a lease of $20,000 per school year to our school district for this space. And this is going to not only serve our students, but help offset some of the costs to operate that building down there. In addition to that, we have our 6th grade focus. According to a school climate survey that we had taken with our local Luzerne County intermediate unit, a school assessment survey and a school climate survey talks about the desirables and the non-desirables of your school district and if you're serving your community well. And one of the things that we had focused on was the transition from 6th grade into the high school. It seemed to not be very smooth. It had rough edges to it. And we are trying to figure out, narrow down what was the rough edges, what was the turbulent transition. So what we found out that the curriculum was misaligned. It let students feel that they were unsuccessful and set out for a not so optimal school experience once they reached the high school. So we have made tremendous effort to make sure that those curriculi are aligned and that we are best serving these students by having our 6th and 7th grade staff members along with central administrators to make sure that these students have the best experience as they merge into the junior senior high school. So that is our goal at the Linwood Elementary Center, is to best serve our 6th grade students in preparing them to reach a secondary level. The next thing I'm proud to mention is our partnership with the United Way of the Wyoming Valley. We are now the 2nd school district in Luzerne County to be a part of the Seed to Succeed program. This is a program that focuses on under or uninsured students that may need corrective lenses. So I have a student sitting in the classroom up to this point that may have been struggling to focus on the board or struggling to focus on our smart boards. And as a result, maybe not had the confidence in the world to let everybody know they were struggling. And as a result, their academics were suffering. We are going to run these students through this high cost, high tech spot screener. Our nursing staff is equipped with this and trained in this. And it's a very, very accurate and high tech machine that does some vision screening. And the best part about it is this screening process, it then filters into a Luzerne County network of optometrists that will then provide these corrective lenses to our students free of charge. So now we're going to have our students in a successful position to be able to see the board, and as the program said, we have to see to succeed. So I'm very proud to announce that we are now partners with the United Way and this wonderful network of optometrists who are willing to help our students free of charge. Next thing is, as you're maybe pulling into the high school, you saw the trailer that's been set up down near our maintenance shed. It's on the side, cafeteria side, maybe when you're going into the food distribution, but this is something we're very proud of. It's an annex that we put the trailer that was once housed at Memorial Elementary School. It's now located at the high school. And this is to begin to build for our life skills special education program. So we're trying to best prepare those students, this population of kiddos, to prepare them for life. So we are setting that up as a mock house. It's gonna have cooking equipment, laundry, table settings, bedding. We are very proud to announce that these students are gonna have the ability to go in, learn how to make a bed, learn how to set a table, learn how to do laundry, learn how to cook and wash dishes. And this is something that needs obviously ADA compliance, handicap accessibility, but these things are all in the works throughout the course of this summer. And we're very, very, very proud to offer this to our students in the life skills program. Hopefully, as we begin to grow this program, we can help other districts within our region to be exposed to these types of educational settings as well. District technology. So as you now know, we are all equipped with a one student per one device, one-to-one initiative. So we are now going to begin the transition towards a paperless district, trying to reduce the amount of expenditure that we put out on paper. So this is something that's also a goal of the Hanover Area School District. One thing I do encourage you to do is partake in, and this will come out your individual school orientations, but to partake in the insurance policy. Your principals will get this out to you, but I would definitely partake in the $25 insurance policy for the Chromebook, because as of this year, we no longer have any spares. We cannot replace them. We can't let anyone borrow them. Once this happens, if there's a computer that is no longer functional, if it's insured, we can replace it. But otherwise, the cost will be on the burden of the parent or the guardian. The next thing is last year, due to mandates by the government, we had to provide hotspots for the district. Hanover Area School District is no longer required to do so. As a result, we are slowly migrating that back and taking that back. We no longer have to provide internet service to folks. However, I did provide a website here, that fcc.gov broadband benefit. This is availability for a very low cost, high-speed internet for families if we ever needed to go back into a remote status, or you just wanted to provide this to your household. That is an availability to you and this community. School attendance. So as you know, we have policies that are in place, state laws that are in place, require students to be in the classroom. And attendance rates are first bullet point here. Attendance rates are directly proportional to student success. The higher rates of attendance, usually the higher rate of academic success. So it's best to start the early development of optimal attendance habits. It enhances work ethic, academic achievement, social development, along with being in compliance with the state's compulsory laws and regulations. Some of the requirements from both the Hanover Area School District and the Pennsylvania Department of Education is at elementary level, students should be in the classroom 300 minutes a day. This equates to 900 school hours per the year. At the high school, we have 330 minutes per school day, and then 990 hours. So anybody looking to participate in an extracurricular activity, keep in mind, we want to see a 90% or better attendance rate in order to participate. And when I put the word medical or parent up there, that is medical or parent excuses. You need to stay above that 90. It doesn't make a difference if it's medical or parent. So our cyber school, we have transitioned into our own cyber school. Bottom bullet point there is we are using a software called Edmentum. We are hosting this cyber program in-house this year. This is a very cost-effective measure for our school district, U.S. taxpayers, and it allows us to maximize our efforts in multiple forums. So the very first thing is the example I had given earlier, which was Latin, okay? We could customize courses that are prescriptive to a student. Whatever student needs, we could dig it out, we could find it. The next thing that we can use it for is remediation. We can use it for acceleration. If a student's just running on an optimal level, we want to push them a little bit further, we could do that as well. We are also using this format for our cyber education. Student does not want to return back into the classroom, then that's fine. This is the forum that they're going to use. We're also utilizing Edmentum throughout the WIN period. So this is going to be something as we're customizing their education, or we want to push these students with acceleration or remediation. This will be a program that we utilize if we choose to do so. Our teachers, with the exception of it's something that we do not offer in-house. But this is something that's new to our school district. There's an additional slide about this. Next slide, please. Mrs. Kitchen?
Yes, Mr. Barrett, the slide is up there, the cyber enrollment slide.
Okay, got it. Okay, I got it now. Okay, it wasn't moving. Okay, my mistake. Okay, all right, so cyber enrollment. So we are encouraging the last bullet point, make sure that everybody who's interested in this format is registered by contacting Dr. Daphne Pugh. Her email address is right there on the screen by next Friday, August the 13th. So you must enroll, but the critical piece to this is that as we enroll into this program, it's by semester. So it's going to be August to January and then or February to June. This is for tracking purposes, and it makes the flexibility to be in and out of the school not so chaotic for both staff and students. When you do choose this format, the eligibility for extracurricular activities, you are eligible as a student. You are a student of the Hanover Area School District. However, all eligibility requirements do apply. Attendance rates, tardiness, passing, failing, everything that is same as in-house students are still intact. The excellent piece of this is flexible school hours. However, you do have to check in and make sure that you are adhering to the attendance. Every student in here is considered a Hanover Area School District student, and a Chromebook is supplied. I don't know if it's me.
Is it not, are you not seeing the slides, Mr. Barrett?
I don't know if it's mine's freezing, but I'm still on the same slide. I'm so sorry, folks.
Nope.
It's not.
Let me
It
go
didn't
back,
change.
try to go down again.
Hold on.
Did it change for you, Mr. Barrett?
It did not. So maybe it's on my end. Hold on. Okay. Nothing yet.
Okay, it's the means of
My
communication.
apologies, folks. Yeah, I still don't see it.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen and then go back in and see if that helps.
You're even breaking up. Okay. My apologies, folks. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just share my screen.
Sure, is the screen sharing on your end?
Nothing's coming up. No.
Okay, I'll stop and I'll let you share. Just give me 1 second. Okay, Mr. Barrett, try it now.
Which one were we at? Okay. Right here, means of communication.
Yes,
I
that's
think we
correct.
have it. Could you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, fabulous. So, means everybody can hear me, correct? All right, so the means of communication within the district. So if we have a snow delay, snow closing, anything that might be abrupt, if you want to subscribe to this text app, that's the code right there. If you are already subscribed to it, there's no need to do this. Also, we are available on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We do have our Alert Now system. And then there are the contact phone numbers for every single individualized school, along with the principal's name.
Mr. Barrett,
Next thing
Mr.
is,
Barrett, we can't see anything that you're sharing.
boy,
you know what, Mr. Barrett, I'll share my screen and they can see the slides and then you can just use them on your end and speak of them. Will that work?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Are we still on means of communication? I apologize.
Yes, we're on means of
Could you
communication.
hear me, Mrs. Kitchen?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, means of communication we're on, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just go back over this one quickly, okay? So the code that's there is for folks that are already not subscribed. They're not subscribed at all. If you are already subscribed, there's no need to type this code into 810.
We still can't see. We can't see anything.
Mrs. Kitchen, do you have it up there?
I do, Mr. Barrett.
Okay, folks, can you see?
No, Mr. Barrett, it's not loaded.
Okay,
It's just spinning.
okay. So this was the last slide that I was going to introduce. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, the audio's fine.
Okay, the audio is fine. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to upload this to our, this was the last slide that was going to show you about our YouTube page. So the last slide was going to be about this meeting. This meeting is uploaded to YouTube. We always do that for multiple purposes. Number one, if somebody couldn't make this meeting, they could go back and stay on the same page as us. But also for folks that were on here, maybe you missed something, you wanted to go back and revisit it. It's always there for you to view. So that was the next slide. What I'm going to do is post this to YouTube. We'll make sure that this slide, which is the means of communication, which was the texting app, three forms of social media, and then the phone numbers to the schools individually. So I was at the end. I'm glad that we made it through. You know, I didn't miss a lot, but I'll move into question and answer. So for everybody on here, just to be clear, we're going to upload. There's only one slide that you did miss at this point, and it was the code for the Remind texting app and the different phone numbers per building. So at this point, I'll transition into question and answer and try to wrap this up within the hour as I promised. But I just want to make sure that everybody understands that we didn't miss anything. I gave you the bulk of my focus tonight, with the exception of means of communication. So if you would push the raise your hand icon at the bottom there.
Okay, Mr. Barrett, we have a question from Jessica Passarella.
Hi, I was just wondering, I know a lot of people have been asking on some of the Hanover pages and stuff. Are clear backpacks being required this year?
We don't have any intentions of that right now. So if that does become a requirement, but it's not as of right now. But if that ever did become a requirement, we would communicate that through, unfortunately, through the means of communication. I was just going to tell you, but nothing as of right now.
Okay, thank you.
We have a question from Mackenzie.
Hello, I have two questions. The vision, is every student going to be tested for vision automatically, or is it only if they don't have health coverage for that, for vision?
Well, I mean, we do have, We do have the ability to screen every kid. As a matter of fact, hold on, I have the school nurse texting me right now. So there is accessibility. We do heights, weights, and vision. But this could be something that's accessible to everybody.
Okay, and then also the communication, that last slide, was that for the Remind app?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I'm enrolled. Okay, I just wanted to double check. I was out of the room speaking. I apologize. All right, thank you for letting me know that.
You're welcome. And I'll get back to you once I hear from the school nurse. I believe we screen everybody, but I just want to make sure, so I give you the accurate information. Yeah,
Okay,
we do.
thank you.
She stated we do. See, we got it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have a question from Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Rachel, do you have a question? Okay, Mr. Barrett, we have a question from John.
Hi, John.
Hi, how you doing? Could you hear me?
Yes, I could.
Yeah, okay. Now, in the event that there's a COVID spike, what is the option to actually get a Chromebook furnished? What's going to happen if that does happen?
So every student currently has a Chromebook. So we intend to go back to school on August 31st or August 30th. And if the student goes to school, if the student returned their Chromebook back at the end of the school year last year,
Yeah,
the first day they go back, they get their Chromebooks back. They're clean, they're refurbished. We updated everything. We did everything we're supposed to do. The students come back in their desks. As soon as they sit down in their homeroom, they get that Chromebook back, squeaky clean.
Okay, now they're not necessarily going to get the same one back, or are they all numbered?
No, they were all had specific serial numbers on them, so they're going to go back to the same student.
Okay, so yeah. Question.
I'm having difficulty. It's breaking up. I think our connection is very poor. John, I can barely hear John.
Could you hear me now?
I got you now, John. Yep.
Okay. That was just my main question. Are they going to be prepared if something does happen where there's a case or a COVID spike? And
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will be ready to go.
Okay. And like, just to make sure too, 6th grade is going to be down Linwood because there was like stipulations on that.
No, they're definitely going to be there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And then I guess we'll get the busing schedule and that'll be posted on the website.
That's going to be on our website. Yep. We
Or
are
on Facebook.
Well, we'll do both, but it will be on the website as soon as it's wrapped up. As I mentioned, we just changed hands to White Transportation. Mr. Janetsky just retired, so we're going to be transitioning, probably same stops, same routes, just tightening them up a little bit more.
Right, and once you register for the cyber school, that's what you're registered for. Like you can't switch back and forth. Not
for the semester. So if you register now, and by next Friday the 13th, I think it's Friday, is okay. You're locked in until January. I mean, in extenuating circumstance we could bring back, but we're trying to get students in regulatory patterns now because we haven't provided consistency for nearly 2 years now.
Right,
so
right.
We're trying to get people in patterns.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I got. You could take somebody else. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, Mr. Barrett, we have a question from an iPhone.
Hello.
That might be me, Liz Becky. I'm sorry. Because I'm on my iPhone.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I have a two-part question, and it's about with COVID. So I understand the levels, the level 1, 2, and 3, and that we're going to try and hopefully go back full time. My question is, I know that, I work in the medical field, so I know numbers are starting to go up.
Mhm.
But is there a way that, I know that there were schools last year that there was in around our school districts that were able to stay open? Where we really went more hybrid or online
Mhm.
the whole time until the end of March. Is there a way, with the school board and you to talk to them and see how were they able to stay open? What did they do to maybe possibly help our kids to be able to stay in school instead of
Mhm.
having to go back to hybrid?
That's our intent. Our intent is to work around this, but not to avoid it now. We did that last year because the cases just stayed at an alarming rate. But this year we're hoping to weather this storm. We're thinking that this is just, hopefully the remnants left of one last surge. So we're gonna work through this. So we have done our research and done our planning to go through this, not around it.
Okay. And then the second part of the question is, I know that, just from my one son was a senior and my other one was in 7th grade and they end up just staying home. But going back to school now, are they going to have to carry those plastic barriers around? Because if they have to carry their Chromebooks, they have their backpacks, carrying the plastic barriers, I could just see my son trying to carry everything and dropping his Chromebook or something. Are they
Sure.
going to carry those plastic Chromebooks around or those plastic barriers around with them?
It was Liz, right? Is that what your first name was?
Yes.
Liz,
Yep.
yeah, Liz. Yeah, right now that is the intent. That's part of the safety plan to get through the weathering of this quote unquote storm that we have in front of us.
Okay.
So right now it's a temporary inconvenience to get through this. I know it's not ideal. It's not optimal as to what, you or probably other parents want to hear. It's not something I want to barriers that we could remain in school. If we don't have these barriers, that's when we're going to see the spikes. That's where we're going to see the constant transmission. So I'm trying to do the best of both worlds, is protect the kiddos while we're in the building.
Okay.
It's some point we got to sacrifice a little bit, and that's the piece I think that we're sacrificing. So it stinks, but trying to keep them protected,
But they'll be able to have their backpacks with them so that they can just put the Chromebook in.
But in the individualized building orientation, but yeah, there's going to be easier ways to get kids around. We're mindful of the extra luggage they have to tote with them.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you for the question, though.
Thank you.
Sure, others were wondering that too.
We have a question from Tiffany. Tiffany, do you have a question?
Next one.
Okay, we have a question from Christina.
I don't know anything.
Christina? Okay, how about Mark? Mark, do you have a question?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mark.
All right, 2 questions. I apologize if the first one's redundant, but I just want to clarify. Masks and trifolds throughout the whole day for all the kids?
Not all the kids. No. Students that are, what level are you talking about?
I'm sorry, she's going into 1st grade.
Okay, so masks and desk shields at the
Okay.
The elementary level, yes.
Okay, and my second question, I know there is a new, the Admentum cyber. Is VLN still recognized by Hanover for the cyber?
We are not utilizing them any longer, no.
No longer, so just the Admentum.
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep.
Carly B. Carly, do you have a question?
Hi, this is Carly's mom. My name's Allison.
Hi, Allison.
Hey, I have a couple of questions. I'm sorry, I came in late because I was having trouble with the link. She's going to Linwood, so are they wearing masks throughout the day?
How old? She's under 12, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, so masks and desk shields.
all right. And the cyber that's going to be new for this year, that's going to follow Hanover's curriculum, is that similar to the hybrid at all, or?
No, that was Google Classrooms that we were using. This is different.
Okay,
And it's a very, we're gonna have something for folks that are interested, please reach out to Dr. Pugh.
okay.
And her email address was on here on previous slides. I don't know if you could go back to that.
I caught that. I caught her email, but I just didn't know if it was similar in any way to the program that we had with the hybrid where they can be involved in the class.
Yeah, no, we're not doing hybrid any longer. Only
Alright.
the only time that we would shift to that is we shifted to a level 2. So level
Gotcha.
2 where we had to minimize the risk and take half the population out of the building.
Gotcha.
We would shift back to that Google Classroom status.
Okay, okay. And this cyber is following your curriculum for that particular grade?
Precisely what's going on in the classroom is what you're going to see in the online environment.
Okay, okay. That's everything I had. Thanks for all your hard work.
Thanks, Allison. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Rachel, do we have a question from Rachel?
Oh, sorry, I had my mute on before. I'm asking quiet in high school.
Depends on if the student is vaccinated. If the student's not vaccinated, masks are required. If they are vaccinated,
Okay.
no mandate whatsoever.
Okay, that's all I know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We have a question from an
We'll see.
iPhone.
So unless you get the vaccine, you're gonna have to wear a mask in school. Okay.
Okay, how about Mark? Do you have a question again, Mark?
Yep, it's me again. I apologize. So the new program. Now, my daughter was in the VNLN all year last year, and it was excellent for her. The new cyber program, is it like live on a like a screen with a teacher, or is it like the VLN program where it's taught by us, the parents?
So Dr. Pugh, you on here?
Yes, I
Yes.
am. I'm here. Could you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So our goal with the new program is to offer kind of a flexible option for you. So there will be a lot of self-paced learning, but there will also be opportunities for instruction, whether it be live sessions or recorded sessions that you can access. One of our strong goals is to have teachers there to support a lot of our students. That was some of the feedback that we got, that we needed to have, we really need more support for our students and the families. So that's our goal.
Yeah.
And it will be aligned. It will be aligned to our curriculum. So you'll see some of the same things. Okay.
Okay, so it will just be self-paced, but there will be the support from.
Yes, and we're going to try to have a mix, because I know some people prefer that they don't have to be on at a specific time, and other people need some of that structure. So it's going to just try to be a balance.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep.
Tiffany?
Hello, Mr. Barrett. I was just wondering, for students going into 6th grade, will they have an orientation in the school before August 30th?
I will get back to you. We had to make those arrangements with Dr. Schnee. He's splitting 2 buildings this year. So, if I could post, do you subscribe to our social media?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'll do is within the next week, we have a meeting Thursday concerning this. So, I will post something by week's end, so you
Okay,
have this
great.
answer.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Tiffany.
Melissa Dewey.
Hi, Mr. Barrett.
Hi, Melissa.
Quick question for you. So how do you plan on telling the difference between vaccinated and unvaccinated students?
That would be if their students are coming in without a mask on, I have zero right to ask those questions, nor does any staff member. So we're hoping that someone's not going to put anyone at risk. But I don't have the right to ask for that. So I'm not looking to advertise that, anybody can just walk in there without a mask. I'm hoping that we're going to use, good judgment and good character to assure that everybody's remaining safe. And this gets out of here quicker than it's been sticking around. So I don't really have a good answer for you on that one.
Okay. Thank you.
Christina.
Hi, good evening. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Most of my questions have been answered, so that's a good thing. With the protection plan, is that a yearly thing that we're going to do?
Yes. So it would be for the duration of the school year.
Okay. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Nicole. Do you have a question?
Did you say Nicole?
Yes, Nicole. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have two questions. I have 2 questions. In the beginning, you mentioned the cutting down on the use of paper. And I was wondering if, like, elementary students, for instance, like my son is in 2nd grade and he doesn't do well on computers. Are we still going to be using the Chromebooks in the classroom? Like, are they
Yes.
still going to be doing assignments on paper in the classroom, like for math and stuff?
Yes, this is a district-wide goal. So we're obviously where students have stations and they're going to be moving around and need the use of paper. I mean, at the amount of paper that we purchase, I'm trying to transition to, since everything is electronic now and everybody has accessibility to technology, I'm trying to significantly reduce that expenditure. It was just a goal within house that we're not eliminating it.
Okay. And then just another thing on the school behavioral health team.
Yes.
How would parents go about like getting information on that, like through the guidance counselor? Is that how it works?
So it's going to be, what it's going to be is going to be a referral process. So if teachers are using their professional judgment, or an administrator and a nurse sees that a student is experiencing, some type of barrier, whether it's, a medical issue, an emotional issue, social issue, we're together with the meeting and then come up with a referral process.
Okay. And then on that note, I don't know if you have an answer to this, but is there a replacement for Mrs. Edmonds yet? Or who would I be in touch with in her place?
Yes, tomorrow evening, those they're going to be tough shoes to fill, but they will be filled tomorrow.
We'll find out then when
Yes.
school starts or something. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Sebecki.
Hello, yep. I just have one other question again. It's Melissa Becky.
Hi.
I think Melissa brought it up before about 6th grade orientation. I have a quick question. So for the 7th graders who were last year, would have been in the high school, but because we were virtual for most of the time and then hybrid just for the end, for those who didn't go back during the hybrid time, is there going to be with the high school a time for them, like they used to go in and be able to see the school and get familiar with it? Are they going to be able to do that like the first day where they can get acclimated to the high school now to know
Yeah,
where
so
different things are at?
it's going to be the week before we start school. So that's going to be announced. Administration is having a meeting this Thursday.
Okay.
And we are all going to determine how we're going to release this to our community in chronological order as to what schools are doing orientation. So, but I know the high school 7th grade is going to be the week before we start. So the teachers come back the week prior. So we wanted all the teachers to be back at the building. So when the kids come around the building, they have the opportunity to meet their teachers.
Okay, so like for the 7th graders from last year, I mean, so now like my
Oh.
son's gonna be in 8th grade.
Oh, I see. I see.
So-
I see.
Yeah, so he never got back into the school because we were online for the longest time. And then
Sure.
when it went back to hybrid, end of March, he just stayed home.
Got it.
So like the 8th graders coming in now, are they gonna be able to? If
That's
they
something I
never
will
went
bring up
back-
Thursday. That's a great point. That's
Okay.
something I will bring up Thursday. That's something I hadn't taken into consideration.
Okay, thank you.
We have a question again from the iPhone.
Hi, I heard you speak earlier about a little bit about the dress code. My question is for children in the high school who have piercings other than their ears, like my daughter has her nose pierced.
Mhm.
Like what is I read on there, it says no other piercing besides the ears.
Okay, then if that's at the dress code, that's something that we need to adhere to.
Okay, I don't know what the difference is if there is a small stud in someone's ear compared to their nose, why it affects anybody's learning process.
I get that. So we could talk about this privately. We could discuss this with the school board. I don't want to, take up other families' time. You want to call me tomorrow? We could discuss this with the school board. I don't see it's a hindrance either, but right now that's a part of the policy. So we
Okay.
could discuss this and that's how things get changed when you discuss them.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Yep.
We have a question from April.
Hello. My question is about my son is going to Memorial this year, and one of the other moms had mentioned that the times for Memorial are different than the times at Lee Park. Is there someplace that I could go to find out the times and the phone number and for any questions like that?
Absolutely. So I posted earlier about the phone number there. And then also on our website, you could find the different schedules on there. So they are staggered because we use the same buses and we use different routes. So we drop one school off, then we pick up another school. So there are, on our website are the hours of operation.
Okay, thank you. Is there going to be an orientation for Memorial?
I again, Thursday I will have that answer for you. Okay. Sorry, I keep saying that.
Okay.
It's not my crutch, but we'll get it out.
Okay, thank you.
We up next, Mrs. Kitchen. We have another question.
Camila?
Good evening.
Hi.
I have a question. My daughter attends the Shine program, and last year when she was in Memorial, she wasn't able to go up to, I think it was the VOTEC. So if she was to go do the VLN, I think that's the name of the cyber school, will she be able to attend the Shine program and get dropped off to the bus?
So the Shine program, you're referring to the Shine program that's at CTC?
Yes.
Okay, and she was attending online?
Yes.
School?
Yes.
She will be able to do both.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to
All right.
contact the email that's up on the slide right now. dpew@hanoverarea.net. It's gonna be
Okay, no
different than
problem.
BLN, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle?
I have a question. I wasn't on here for the whole meeting, but if there's a positive case happen and the child needs to quarantine, do they go online? Or
Yes.
they just stay
So
home? Okay,
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So that's something that we're going to be discussing. But yeah, we're going to have to transfer to an online format.
okay. And are you still doing the hybrid in school and out school?
No, we are not. We're no longer offering hybrid as an option, but it's going to have to be an option in these particular cases.
Okay, because I missed the entire meeting. So we're going back to school full time?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And this meeting will be uploaded to YouTube. You can watch it again and catch the first hour of it. Okay. So-
Okay, and then I contact somebody, my daughter's going to Memorial, so I just contact them for everything.
Yes, you can call Memorial
I-
up for whatever your needs are.
Okay, I have one in green too. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our last question is from Tommy Sip.
Hi, yes. In the case of a snow day, will the students be off school or would they be homeschooled on the Chromebook?
We have what we call 5 flexible instruction days. Okay. And what we would do is just turn the light switch on of a Google Classroom in these particular instances. So we have 5 of those days available to use. It mostly would be used during a snowstorm, but any type of emergent situation. For example, in 1920, we had a water main break at Memorial Elementary School. So we could use one of these flexible instruction days for that particular instance. But you're right, in the example you've asked for, yeah, we could go back to Google Classroom and utilize that school day and not miss it, not be graduating late or ending the school year late.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Tom.
That's all the questions, Mr. Barrett.
Folks, thank you so much for coming on. I will answer these questions about additional orientations, and we will be back in touch with anybody of any additional questions concerning our cyber enrollment. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Have a great night.